Hi everyone, welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We are a non-commercial initiative of just two people and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the apps, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. My name is Artem and here is the news. 279 days less the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In his evening video address, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said that he is convinced that by the end of the year, the number of killed Russian invaders in Ukraine will reach 100,000. He said that the situation at the front is difficult. Despite heavy losses, Russian forces are still trying to advance in the Donetsk region, gain a foothold in the Lugansk region, move in the Kharkiv region. They are also planning something in the south. The president stressed that Ukrainian defenders are holding out and, most importantly, do not allow the enemy to fulfill their intentions. Quote, they said they would capture the Donetsk region in spring, summer, autumn. Winter begins this week already. They wasted their regular army there. They lose hundreds of mobilized and mercenaries there every day, unquote. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg believes that providing military support to Ukraine is the best way to achieve peace, reports European Pravda. He said this at the press conference following the results of the first day of the NATO ministerial meeting in Bucharest. Stoltenberg said that even if it may sound like a paradox, the reality is that the best way to achieve a lasting peace in Ukraine is to provide military support. He added that most likely this war will end at a negotiating table, as other wars did. Ukraine received another multiple-launch rocket system M270 from France, reports Liga. Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov said that this particular system is a French upgraded version of HIMARS on a tracked platform. He thanked France for its support and clarified that this is already a fourth system Ukraine receives. CNN informs that the US is considering sending the Patriot missile defense systems to Ukraine, reports European Pravda. According to the high-ranking representative of the Pentagon, Patriot is one of the air defense systems under consideration. He said that air defense of Ukraine is a top priority for the US. The Patriot anti-aircraft missile system is designed to counter and destroy short-range ballistic missiles, aircraft and cruise missiles. Swedish Prime Minister Magdalena Andersson announced another military aid package for Ukraine worth almost $47 million, reports the SNUA. After talks with Ukrainian Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba, Andersson told reporters that her government would provide Ukraine with an additional $100 million, both military and civilian support. She did not provide any details about the military package but said that it would be similar to previous assistance, which according to the publication included anti-tank weapons, personal protective equipment and mine-clearing equipment. The civilian part of the package will include purchases of Ukrainian wheat, which will be donated to food insecure countries and will help boost Ukraine's economy. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal informed that electricity generation in Ukraine covers 70% of its needs, reports Radio Liberty. He said that despite Russia's attacks, all regions of Ukraine are powered except for Kherson. He added that the 30% deficit is corrected by consumption restrictions. According to the Prime Minister, work is now proceeding as follows. National energy operator Ukrenergo brings to the regional energy companies the volumes of consumption that can be supplied from power plants to the particular region. And then the regional energy companies determine who will be turned off in order to comply with the established limits. The Prime Minister stressed that the power generated is enough to evenly distribute the load of forced power outages among all consumers so that people have the light for at least 5 or 6 hours a day. Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal said the Cabinet of Ministers allowed import of Starlink satellite communication systems to Ukraine without duty and VAT, reports Interfax Ukraine. According to him, Starlinks are needed for the points of invincibility launched throughout the country. These points have electricity, water, heat and communication. Shmyhal said that Ukraine is currently negotiating the possibility of buying a new large batch of thousands of Starlink terminals for Ukraine. He pointed out that such a decision will reduce their cost and provide the largest number of people and organizations with them. At the same time, according to the information published in the media, Starlink plans to raise tariffs for Ukrainians. The cost of Starlink services from December 29th will be $75 per month and the cost of the terminal and antenna will be $700, which is 40% higher than the current one. Currently, the cost of Starlink in Ukraine is $60 and $500 for the terminal respectively. Denis Shmyhal said that no shortage of fuel is expected in Ukraine despite a possible increase in demand for petrol and diesel fuels, reports RBK UA. According to him, the government understands that under conditions of increasing imports of diesel and petrol generators, demand for fuel may increase, but the economy ministry does not expect its shortage. If you like what we do and would like to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. And as usual, you can subscribe to our Patreon. In gratitude for your help, we will give you access to a series of exclusive episodes on wartime life in Ukraine. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.